The origins of Catholicism are deeply entwined with the beginnings of Christianity itself. As one of the oldest institutions in the Western world, the Roman Catholic Church claims an unbroken tradition going back over 2,000 years to Jesus Christ and his apostles. But understanding how Catholicism started requires an exploration of its religious, historical, and cultural context, beginning with Judaism, the ministry of Jesus, the Apostolic Age, and the eventual formation of a centralized church amid the Roman Empire. Catholicism began in the ancient province of Judea, a small region within the Roman Empire. At the time, Judea was home to various Jewish sects, including the Pharisees, Sadducees, Essenes, and Zealots. Judaism was a monotheistic religion centered on the worship of Yahweh, adherence to the law of Moses, Torah, and the rituals conducted in the Temple of Jerusalem. Jesus of Nazareth, who would become the central figure of Christianity, was born into this Jewish environment around 4 BCE. He was raised as a Jew, followed Jewish customs, and initially preached exclusively to Jewish audiences. His message, however, emphasized spiritual renewal, the coming of the kingdom of God, forgiveness of sins, and a more personal relationship with God, teachings that both resonated with and challenged existing Jewish norms. Jesus' ministry lasted roughly 3 years, during which he gathered disciples, healed the sick, and taught in parables. Central to his message was the commandment to love God and love one's neighbor. He also performed miracles and claimed a unique relationship with God the Father, referring to himself as the Son of Man and, in certain contexts, as the Messiah. After Jesus' resurrection and ascension, his closest disciples, especially Peter, James, and John, began to preach his message in Jerusalem. According to tradition, Jesus had appointed Peter as the leader of his followers, saying, "You are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church," Matthew 16:18. This verse would later become central to the Catholic understanding of the papacy. The followers of Jesus were initially considered a sect within Judaism, known as the Nazarenes or simply the Way. The Apostle Paul, a former persecutor of Christians who converted after a vision of the risen Christ, played a crucial role in spreading the message to Gentiles, non-Jews, throughout the Roman Empire. His missionary journeys and epistles helped lay the theological and organizational groundwork of the early church. The early Christian church had a relatively informal structure at first, but over time, it developed a hierarchy that became more formalized. Bishops were seen as the successors to the apostles and were responsible for maintaining doctrinal integrity and unity within the community. Each city had its bishop, assisted by presbyters, priests, and deacons. A major turning point came in 312 CE when Constantine, a Roman general, converted to Christianity after reportedly receiving a vision before the Battle of the Milvian Bridge. The following year, in 313 CE, Constantine and his co-emperor Licinius issued the Edict of Milan, granting religious tolerance to Christians and ending official persecution. Constantine favored Christianity, funding church construction, calling church councils, and granting privileges to Christian clergy. Though he was baptized only on his deathbed, his reign marked the beginning of Christianity's transformation from a persecuted sect to an imperial religion.